take for Homecoming. Nope. Spider-Man Homecoming.
What y'all don't know is that was the second time he did that and still got it messed up. So what's up? We are your Homeboy movie critics. I'm your homeboy Ron.
And I'm your homeboy D.
All right. I guess we need to talk about Spider-Man Homecoming. Okay. I'm trying not to give it away too much too soon. I didn't care for the movie. I'm sorry. I didn't care for it. This has been a string of movies that I didn't care for. That's all I got to say, man. They messed it up, in my opinion. They did some things because
I'm gonna agree with you. For true Spider-Man fans, the original Spider-Man fans, they with the new universe stuff.
Hold on. Tell me you agree with me again.
Yeah, I agree with you. They messed it up. There was this. I'm gonna say this: for a Spider-Man movie, this was This was total trash for a Spider-Man movie. But for a movie, just an action movie, it was okay. I'm separating Spider-Man from the movie. They ruined the image of Spider-Man with this movie.
Okay, now I'm kind of close to you. I don't think they ruined it. I think what they did is they went a little too far back, but some of the timelines are blurred a little bit. Like so the movie itself, Spider-Man Homecoming, featuring Tom Holland, right, as Spider-Man, Michael Keaton as Vulture.
Yes.
And
that's about all we need to talk about them.
So this movie takes place a couple of months or very shortly after the Avengers Civil War.
I don't even think it's a couple of months. I think it was just some weeks.
A very short period after the Avengers Civil War. Spider-Man goes back home. But that's where it gets a little blurry to me, because they had him in this movie being kind of clumsy, not really knowing what to do with his spider powers.
And the reason why they did that is because they digressed him down too young. They made him be a 15-year-old, 14, 15-year-old. They mentioned the ages in the movie, so that's how we know what we're talking about. But so they got to do that persona, a 15-year-old being clumsy, trying to come into his little superpowers, and the whole thing of him growing up.
Yeah, but he just came out of the Civil War where he was fighting veterans and kicking butts, and
man, he
looked like he knew what he was doing.
Was dead on point, shooting his webs, fighting, and had his little jokey jokes that he was doing. And then in this movie, he was just two left hands. Yeah, left feet or whatever they say.
Yeah, and also, maybe I'm getting too far ahead real quick, but I don't want to forget this point. They alluded to the fact that this character in the movie, this girl, I think her name was Michelle in the movie, that she was supposed to be MJ because they gave her the initials MJ, which doesn't make sense because MJ's name was Mary Jane, not Michelle anything. No. So I didn't get that part either. That didn't really jive with me. So I don't know, man. I mean,
I guess they feel like because it's a new universe, they can just do whatever. They don't got to stick to the traditional storyline.
I mean, look, I was a Spider-Man comic book fan. I did not read all the different universes of Spider-Man, so I don't pretend to be some Spider-Man comic book pro by any stretch of the imagination. But overall, man, this movie, it just missed me a little bit. Again, if you separate it, just summer popcorn movie, go see it. Boom. If you're a Spider-Man fan, it's going to toss you a little bit.
Yeah, you're going to be highly disappointed because arguably Spider-Man is probably the most recognized superhero. You're going to have some people...
Superman.
Yeah, but some people are going to argue, that's why I said arguably, that Superman or Batman Because I think Spider-Man was probably the third character that they came out with in the
I ain't even
comic book characters.
I ain't gonna pretend to know that. I bet you there was probably a lot. There's probably a lot more that we don't know about that was out there. You know what I mean?
I believe he and I want to say the third character, but that may be Marvel's first character because he came out in 1962. Then
no. Well, I don't know. I'm not even gonna pretend to know. I didn't look that up. I don't know.
I didn't look it up either. I'm just going off my memory from being a kid.
Yeah, but just because he was the first popular one doesn't mean there were some other ones that we just didn't know about.
No.
Also, you know, they do the typical Marvel Universe Stan Lee cameo.
And I am so sick and tired of that.
Real quick, I've been watching a lot of reviews where people are doing separate videos for the post-credit scene. Stick around. At the end of this video, we're going to talk about the post-credit thing.
All right.
So we'll end this when we end this, and there'll be a little break because the post-credit things, there's some spoilers. So if you want to cut out at that point, you can. I'll remind you at the end. So yeah, man, for me, it was just okay of a movie. If a Spider-Man fan, I was disappointed. I didn't really care for it.
Yeah, I saw you over there. You had your hand like this, and your foot was out like that. I was like,
this right here, that's my movie. I'm tired.
Yeah, I said, man, he bored with this. He bored with it like that.
I was bored.
So out of all the Spider-Man movies, who's your favorite Spider-Man?
Tobey Maguire.
Tobey Maguire?
Tobey Maguire. I didn't care for Andrew Garfield. I didn't care for him at all.
I'm gonna tell you. Well, Andrew Garfield is my second favorite Spider-Man.
Who's your first?
Nicholas Hammond.
I don't even know who that is.
That's the Spider-Man from the 70s.
I thought you meant in the movies.
I said your favorite Spider-Man.
I'm still going with Tobey Maguire because I don't remember the dudes. I don't remember. Whatever, man.
Man,
you just trying to throw out some knowledge, man. He ain't no anywhere he's your favorite.
Yeah, he is.
Really?
Still.
Okay, whatever.
Because that's the first live action Spider-Man that I ever saw.
Okay, you can have it.
Yeah.
What's your recommendation, man?
I've already separated it as Spider-Man versus a movie. So if you just want to get out, go on a date, do something, like you said, it's a popcorn movie, I say reluctantly go see it.
I'll take away with the reluctant. Go see it. Just because if you're a Marvel fan, you kind of want to stay.
Well, yeah, if you want to see everything that's Marvel, by all means, go see it.
Yeah, I mean, Marvel's coming up on 20 movies here pretty soon, so if you get sticking with all the Marvel movies, go ahead and see it.
And I watched one of our cohorts in the review business.
Go ahead and give us a shout out to him, man.
No, I ain't gonna say it because he gave it 9 out of 10. And I was like,
you know who we talking to. I'm gonna give him a shout out. Our boy Darnell, Nezzy.
Yeah, Nezzy video. What is it? Nezzy reviews, Nezzy videos.
I think it's just Nezzy. Yeah.
Yeah.
He gave it a 9 out of 10. I disagree with you, homie.
He loved it. He had some pros and cons to it, and gave his bit. But overall, we're giving a 9 out of 10. That means you love that movie, and your opinion is so objective because you were just like. You wasn't going off Spider-Man. You just going off the movie or something like that.
So what's your homie score?
Homie
score.
My homie score would be a 3. 3 homies.
I'm right there with you. It was just an average out movie for me. Right down the middle. Again, I'm sorry, folks. There's a lot of movies. I'm just right down the middle. But that's how I could take or leave it. I don't know if I could take or leave it because I am a Marvel fan, so I definitely have to take it. And I'm planning to go see it again just because I want to give it another shot.
I'm telling you right now.
I want to give it another shot, D. I want to give it another shot. I might have missed something.
Shit again.
So 3 homies, a reluctant homeboy go see, a ghost homeboy go see. That's what we got for you, man. I mean, Spider-Man Homecoming. Yeah. You know, and
I was so hyped for this.
I was looking forward to it.
Man,
my son, the occasional junior homeboy movie critic, Destin. Afterwards, he goes, "Yeah, I didn't care for it." So that's
wow. He said that.
14 years old.
I didn't know he had said that.
Yep, he didn't care.
So stay tuned for the next Homeboy Movie Critics review.
Stick around real quick. We are going to do a post-credit scene because there were some, post-credits parts. So. I'm your homeboy Ron.
And I'm your homeboy D. But we ain't doing no peace out.
Yeah, we're gonna do a peace out. We're gonna do the box roll and then.
Oh, okay.
All right, so peace out. All right, so check this out, man. Post-credit scenes with Spider-Man Homecoming. You know how Marvel does. After the credits, they roll a couple of scenes. There are 2 in this one, and my opinion, the second one was just stupid. I'm more mad about that than I am the rest of the movie.
Well, far as what they were doing with that, and then they were throwing that in inside the movie. That was another factor ruined the movie for me.
So the first post-credit scene shows Michael Keaton's character Vulture in prison, and he walks past this other cat, and
the other cat knows who Vulture is,
right.
And says, "We got a mutual enemy. Let's team up and let's do something about him. Let's get him."
Now, if you're a true comic book fan, there are some hints that you might see to kind of make you see or know who he is, or at least suspect who he is. I don't want to give that much away. I'll let you try to see that in the movie. This is a post-credit thing. We're supposed to do spoilers.
Yeah, we can do spoilers in this.
All right, so the consensus is because he's got a scorpion tattoo on his neck that he's going to be the villain's Scorpion.
Which I'm okay with them introducing the villains like Scorpion and Vulture and stuff, because those are the old traditional Spider-Man nemesis.
Yeah.
You
put a lot of S's in
that.
Yeah. If you're not the type of person to stay to the end of post-credit scenes, the first one happens relatively quick. The second one, you can leave. You're not gonna miss anything. It's stupid. It's almost a slap in the face.
Yeah, they ruined Spider-Man's image. Now they do in there with them stupid stuff. They ruined Captain America's image.
It was almost like if you stay to the end of Deadpool, it's kind of like that at the end of Deadpool. Yeah. So that's our wrap up, man. Go see it or don't go see it. But if you do go see it, leave us some comments.
Yeah, we need to know how we're doing with these reviews.
All right, we out of here again.
Yeah.
Peace. Boop, boop.